about the in-depth labs, and I gave a top 3 of what I really wanted to do in depth, and that was construction, word, and image. With those 3 labs, I really felt like I wanted to know a lot more. I really wanted to go in depth. I was lucky enough to get my actual top 3, so let's get right in it. My dogs are also playing right now. Hear any background noise? That's my dogs. Okay, so first off, I started with construction. And remember in my video about the labs, I talked about how much fun I had and how I was really interested in deconstructing and reconstructing a garment and just how a garment is constructed in general. Although I had one question at the end of that week, and that was, did I have so much fun because it was like the first lab and I was really excited for all of the labs, or did I maybe find any passion? So that's why I really wanted to do the construction in depth to hopefully figure out if it is a passion or if it was just excitement. So first of all, I found this week a real challenge. We were drawing our own patterns, altering those patterns, and I even made a start on a kimono. However, I learned so much by just diving into it, not overthink anything and not think about it too much. Everything was just so interesting, and I was so eager to learn everything, and I definitely learned a whole lot. For me, it was a really interesting, inspiring week, so that really gave me a clearer vision on the questions that I had after the first construction lab. Yeah, so right now I feel like I did indeed find a new passion of mine, and I am so glad that I did find that passion by just, opening myself fully up to every experience that I get, not overthinking too much, and just diving right into everything. And that really brought me knowing that this is something that I am passionate about. The next lab that I did in depth was word, and this week we had to make a zine because I really like the kitten heels, and I thought, why not write about them? Because a zine is about something that either you're passionate about or that you really find interesting. What the challenge for me here was that I had to write the zine in Dutch, and even though Dutch is my first language, my communication on paper in English is way better. I can express myself better in English, that's why I'm doing this in English as well. Doing a lab, challenging yourself is never about taking the easy way out. Definitely improved my writing skills in Dutch, so I'm really glad about that. What I also found for word is that you can really use it for every direction you're going into. And the last lab that I did in depth was image. And what I found that I was lacking the first time I did image was analyzing. I didn't really analyze my thoughts or the image well enough to be able to understand an image. So for me this week, I really wanted to dive into the analyzing part. I did a whole lot of research on the picture, about the show, about the outfit, about the designer, and I definitely took a lot of time analyzing the picture. So for me, I really did reach my goal of analyzing more and better. Another point this week was we had to work together, and I had to work together with a guy that I did not know before, and because of Corona everything was online, so we had to work together online too. So we really had to figure out how we could communicate in order to work well together. What I do want to improve of myself is taking the lead. I usually stay in the background with everything. I tend to wait and see instead of, I always take action, but I never take lead in anything. But I do want to learn to take lead. So I immediately took the lead in working together. I proposed how we were going to work together. I initiated meetings or deadlines, and by doing that I felt so fulfilled and accomplished. It definitely didn't come naturally to me, but by just doing it, and I opened myself up to taking the lead, it did really work well in the end because we worked together really well. However, what I did find is that the deadlines that I proposed weren't always met, and that caused for me to have to plan everything over and over again. Yeah, but that was really the only thing that I wasn't happy about. I had to make a decision on what my direction for next year was going to be. And to be really honest, I was still very conflicted about what I really wanted. So I talked with my coach, and she said, okay Jill, you should look at in-depth assignment of form. And if you find yourself getting really enthusiastic and wanting to do the assignment, then maybe you should really consider doing design. So I looked at the assignment, and yes, I did get really enthusiastic and I wanted to do the assignment like right away. I didn't have time, but I really wanted to do it. So that made me think even more. So I really reflected on the past few weeks, and what was the biggest reason to actually go for design was my gut feeling. I just had a feeling and a voice in my head saying you should just go for design, and I learned to really rely on my feeling because usually it is right. Ultimately, this is going to lead me to good things and really good opportunities. And also during the assessment, one of the peer coaches asked me, you should consider thinking about who you want to be as a designer and where you stand. And I did think a lot about that, and you know, I think at least the values that I find the most important are diversity and inclusivity, and those are very actual subjects. Those things are going on, and so I know that is what I value the most as a designer, well, as a future designer. Next year and during my time, obviously my path and my journey will lead me to who I want to be as a designer. That's a question that I cannot answer right now, but I will definitely be able to answer in the future. So yeah, my final decision, I am going to do fashion and design next year. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!